As you can see, guys, I'm underneath the car. It's time for oil change and oil filter. So I've already jacked the car and put a brick, because as DIYers we don't have tools that professionals have. So I'm just showing you how you can do it yourself at home. So I left the jack there holding the car, while also there's a brick underneath. This is just for safety reasons. Okay, now if you can see here, there's no cover. There should be a cover here, but when we broke down in Germany, the Germans, they removed the cover and they never put it back for some reasons, I don't know. So we don't have the cover. So if you're doing yours and you have the cover, you have to remove the cover. It has some clips that goes in these tiny holes here. So you remove them, and then you remove the cover, then you remove the plug there. Okay, the reason I didn't film jacking and doing all this, I think you know how to do this, but if you don't know how to jack a car, I don't think you should take any chances on this. Just leave it to somebody else. Okay, so the car is up, so I'm going to remove this and then put the tray. Put one of these for dirty oil. All right, so let's just get into it. I'll just unscrew it and then carry on filming. Okay, I've put a timber here to lift this, so that because it's blowing wind, the oil might just spring all over the place. So put that timber to kind of lift it up a little bit. So just remove this plug, and then there's the devil coming out. So I'm just gonna leave it. Now while it's coming out, I'm going to the top to remove the oil filter. Right, now the oil filter is hiding. I don't know if you can see it right there. No, you can't see it, but it's hiding right there. You have to remove this. So once I remove this, this will just push these clips to the sides, then it just comes out here. Now I think you can see it now. It doesn't show. Yeah. It's this one here. That's the oil filter here. Now some will remove this hose and remove that. I just remove this pipe only and then remove it. Okay, because once we remove this, then we have coolant coming out. Becomes a very big job. You just remove this pipe. Now I've unclipped it here, so I'm going to unclip it. There's some more clips there. You just press, pull out. Okay. Right. This pipe, you just twist it. So after unclipping it here, this pipe will be in that way. So to remove it, you twist it that way. Then it comes out. So to put it back, you push it that way, and then you twist it. It locks. I will show you some when I put it back. So here's the oil filter. So I'm gonna get a socket. This one goes in there, and then I get an extension. Then I'll remove it. I just noticed, I don't know where my extensions are, so I managed to put it without an extension, but it's a tight squeeze because it's touching here. But you just have to keep removing it and moving it a little bit upward, and it'll come out. So that's how you do it. You put an extension in, but I don't know where mine is, so I'm gonna just fiddle with it until it comes out. Right, now it's very loose. I've put a cloth here. If you don't put a cloth here, then you're gonna make a mess, because there will be oil coming out and it's gonna go on your drive, and your wife is not gonna be happy. So I've put a cloth here to hold some of the oil. not all of it, but some of the oil. So, but it's loose now, it's coming out, so just take it out. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's the devil. Look at him. Okay, now I'm gonna clean all this and put a new one. Now at the garage, at your garage, they don't do that. Right now they just pull this one out, put a new one back on. Okay, I'm gonna clean all this. If you look over here, you'll see a seal. Okay, you have to remove it and put a new one. Let's see. Some of these is this type, so you have to take the old one out and then put a new one. That's the new filter there. Look at this French horrible design. This filter, normally you just pull it out, you just pull it out and then you put a new one in. Now inside there are some clips. The French have put some clips there so that when you push the filter inside, those clips, they hold the filter. Now to take it off, you have to move those clips in so that it can come off. So it becomes so complicated to remove the filter. So I'm gonna do that. I don't think the camera can show inside, but that's how it is. It's terrible design, Honda, Toyota, you pull out, you pull in, job done. The French, they made it so complicated. Right here, as you can see in there, those are the clips. They hold this filter in. So for some reason, the French decided to put clips to hold the filter. Other manufacturers don't do this. You just put the filter and then you just pull it out when you want to take it off. Now I cut this because I don't have tools. I cut this and pushed it in here so that when it comes in here, it pushes these clips to close, and then I pull the filter out. You gotta think, mate, when you are a DIY, especially when you don't have tools. So I came in my shed and I did that, so it came out. I'm gonna clean this, then put a new filter, and then go underneath, put the plug back in. Okay. So far so good. I just cleaned this with soapy hot water, So I'm gonna put the seal around here and then put the filter inside. French stuff. Now this filter has this little pin or finger-like thing. It goes. There's a little hole in there. I don't think the camera will be able to show that. No. Yeah, right there. There's a little hole there. That's where that finger goes in. All right. So you must try to align it so that the finger just goes in there. Right, now there are two ways you could put the filter inside this cup or put the filter inside the block here and then put the cap after, okay? So that you put that little pin that I showed you on that hole. Because what I was doing is I tried to put the filter with this cap, but I've had a feeling that finger wouldn't align. So what I did is I removed this, okay? And then I put the filter inside first, rest inside, then put the cap. So now I'm tying it, okay? And also I found my long extension, so bingo. So just tie it, but don't break it, just tie it so that you can feel it's tight, and then just leave it. Right, it is inside tight. Now we're gonna put, yes, wife. Right, I'm gonna just, because I can see there is a bit of dust in there, so just clean Just remove the dust a little bit, then it's just this pipe. So as we said, this pipe goes like this. You push it in there like so, then you twist, like this. You see, it's locked in there now, it's not coming out. Then just here, goes this way, then push it in there like this. That was the boss again. What I was saying is this, now it's in, the filter is okay, and this pipe is in. So now go underneath to put the plug back in. Right, now we are back underneath. So the oil is almost finished. Now, you see this plug, it has that's a copper washer. Normally people change it, put a new one. I never do that. I've been doing this for 1,000 years and never ever had any issues. So I'm going to carry on doing what I normally do, put it back on, and then the job will be done underneath here. Just clean, put the oil, and then start the car. All right, so let's get this done. Right, it's in. I cleaned it, and I just tightened it. I didn't weld it, just tightened it very nicely. So here we are done. Going back to the top. As you can see on my drive, no mess anywhere, because I've put that bucket on top of this. If I didn't, the wind would have blown the oil all over the place. So let's go back to the top. Now we're going to put oil. So I've put tissue around and a cloth here, so that as we put oil, we don't make a mess. Okay, well, at the garage they don't do that. You just pour it and then cha. That's it. Done here. So now is time for resetting on the other side. Oil reset. Okay, the service reset. Right, oil reset. You press the spanner and then you turn the key. Then it starts to count down. The thing is, I couldn't do this with just one hand. See, I've pressed there, and then it says 0, so it's done. It's very hard to do this with one hand, guys. I'm just trying as hard as I can. As you can see, there's a video that I just did with my son specifically just for this, okay? So what you do is you turn the car. It will be like here when you come inside. You hold the spanner sign here, and then the other hand turns the key to this place. You don't start the engine, you just turn it to this, okay, while the other finger is holding this button here. Okay, so I'm really sorry, I'm limited in resources and tools, but I'm trying to do what I can do to help. Okay, so that's done. So the next service will be in about 15,000 miles. And in the next service, I do not change the oil filter. All right? I only change the oil filter once every 2 services. So I service today, change the filter. Next time when I service is just oil. I don't change the filter, just put new oil. And then the 3rd service, I change oil and filter. The reason I'm doing that is because cars didn't really have oil filters from the start. So they introduced oil filters, just for safety reasons. But how it is, if your car engine has bits of metals in it, as I hear people saying, then you don't have an engine. It's shredding itself to pieces. My car engine doesn't do that, okay? I'm just changing the filter, Actually, if it was my recommendation, really, I'll change the filter every 50,000 miles or change the filter every 100,000 miles. I know those who've been taught about servicing cars, they might be shouting at this video right now. Our car engines don't shred themselves to pieces. If they did, your engine wouldn't even last just 100 miles, okay? That filter is just in there really for just in case something happens. but it doesn't really, hold any bits of metal. I hear someone say bits of metal. Cars didn't have filters. Go research. You see that them filters, oil filters especially, they're just kind of new things. And they came up with magnetic filters. They come up with all the stuff so that we keep on buying and buying. Okay, if you don't change your oil filter for 100,000 miles, but you change your oil every 10,000 miles, there will be nothing wrong with your car. Trust me on this one. Okay, guys, so that's the end of the service. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.